And it's now time for the much awaited session, one that will have an open house discussion. So this is going to be an interactive one where all of you who are present here will get to be a part of. Share your opinions, share your stories, share your viewpoints, because this is going to be conducted on the topic passion, dignity and pride. Who are we? And presenting this for us with his insights and also interacting with each one of you is going to be renowned mentor and thought leader D. Ranganathan, alias Victor, that's what he's popularly called as, and I'm sure a few of you are very familiar with him. A life lesson well stated, if I had to say, a man you might want to just talk to any time regarding anything, be it the journey of life or your own career. Enjoy the journey is what he usually says, considering the manner he has led his own reasonable life with a background in finance and a welcome figure in many of Delhi's liberated circles. Age, if you say it's a number, goes by 60 plus, but a heart of a teenager and more a youngster, I would say. Pursuing all his passion and hobbies, a very calm persona, and also credits it to his upbringing with 4 generations living under the same roof. So yes, that certainly adds to the values that he's learned and continues to imbibe in his real life. And the reason that he's just another person you could, like I said, talk to at any point of time on a given day about various aspects of life, living a very successful, happy, healthy, and a very cheerful life for himself and spreading the vibe to everybody alike. Sir, it's over to you.
Hello. Yep. Hey, thanks a lot. That was too much. Passion, dignity, and pride. I'm really wondering, because after listening to the last session, which was basically to talk about blind cricket, and there's so much passion in each one of them who spoke there. I've been thinking for the last almost about half an hour to 45 minutes. Obviously, I had something to talk about, but ever since I've been hearing you people talk about, I said, what is that I'm going to start with? Let me start with, how is Ranganathan there? I mean, many of you know me as Victor, especially the people down under know me as Victor because they found my name very tongue-twisting. So, let me just take you into my journey, why I'm here in front of you people. This was February the 14th, 1993. At that time, I don't think the concept of Valentine's Day was still there. And I was reading this newspaper, and being a typical sports enthusiast, I would normally start reading this paper from the last page, which is the sports page. And I started moving towards it till I came to the second page, which normally you would miss it because it's all political crap. And I don't know what that's divine's happening. I read about an article about a person being conferred a Sanskriti award, okay, for work on social development sector. It intrigued me, and I kept on reading that. And the last paragraph of that talked about that this person is working towards a possible World Cup cricket for the blind soon. And that's where my kind of cricket antenna came up. And I read about George for the first time. And believe you me, it took me nearly close to about 6 months to figure out where George is in Delhi. And I didn't speak to him first, I spoke to Rupa first, his wife. Okay? And finally, of course, we managed to meet. Both of us, not only we share cricket and tennis as our passion, we also eat a lot of sweets, both of us. So we met in a sweet shop, and we met there. And as they say, rest is history. I've been involved with this game right from 1994, gone through the journey in 1996 when the World Blind Cricket Council was formed, and then subsequently the first World Cup 1998 and 2002. Now, this is coming from a person who has been a hardcore numbers person, a finance person who was running a reasonably successful professional practice in Delhi. And believe you me, I mean, yesterday I was very happy. My entire firm with the staff had come to the ground to watch the game Australia-South Africa. It was not that they had to enjoy the game. I think it was more in terms of knowing what the visually challenged can offer to you rather than not offer to you. It was fantastic sensitization I felt. I was very proud about it that they made it. So, getting into pride, I mean, that's the passion I really carry. That's the passion I take into what I am today in front of you. To me, blind cricket, like everyone in life, you have a vision, you have a visionary. To me, blind cricket has been the visionary in my life. Ever since 1994, I believe that I'm a very changed person, and it's all because of my passion for the game cricket in general. And even today, I don't differentiate between, I don't think except for George Abraham, because whenever I go with him or Siddharth Sharma now, they hold me. I will never hold a blind cricketer with a hand, because I believe they can travel of their own. That's the way I look at it. So guys, what we are going to do here, from passion, let me just, before I get into dignity, yesterday I was talking to my son, who has played cricket with the likes of Virat Kohli when he was not a Virat Kohli, what we know him today. I was just asking him, like, I have this session called Passion, Dignity and Pride. So what do you have to say for your dad to talk about it? So he made a very interesting point. He said, we all have something called inner competitiveness, okay? And when you relate this inner competitiveness to the pride, okay, and that's where the line of difference comes, how much you can keep it as a dignified person. Okay, we all, I mean, Sachin Tendulkar always had a pride in whatever he did. He had that famous innings in Sharjah, in 2 matches against Australia, beat them hollow against all the odds. Okay, that's the pride. Again, we have, I mean, not to mistake me, the guys from down under, we have Steve Smith, one of the best batsmen today available in the world. Unfortunately, the so-called competitiveness led him to something which, as a result of which, he lost his captaincy. I believe he is going to be captaining the next test match because Cummins is injured, so Steve Smith is going to captain. So I believe the pride part, a lot to do with internal competitiveness, leads you to what kind of a dignified life you want to carry. So what I'm going to be doing now is, that's what I requested the organizers out here. Instead of having a panel of 3 or 4 people, I thought, let me just have an open session with all the 4 teams, so that you have more number of people talking about what you want to talk about, passion, because that's what you're all here for, your game, and what kind of pride and what kind of dignity you bring in and carry with that. And just to add, okay, I'm a curio collector. Okay, I collect curios all over. And I have 4 curios in my packet. And whosoever is good in their answers, they will get the curios from me. But there are only 4 of them, mind you. So, Mahantesh, I want to ask you, who is the baby of the World Blind Cricket Council? Is it Nepal or Bangladesh? No, out of the 6 teams here.
I think Bangladesh, Pawan,
Bangladesh.
because latest entry.
Yeah, I mean, I was not sure about it, whether it was Bangladesh and this thing. So let me start with Bangladesh. Can I have the Bangladesh team raising their hands? Wow, that's very good. Let me ask you, I mean, yesterday you saw the match. Did you hear about Bangladesh again beating India by 4 runs? No, it was 4 runs. The chase was 171. They got out for 166. That means 4 runs.
You are telling about which match you are telling?
No, yesterday's match, India and Pakistan. India and Bangladesh.
Yeah.
4 runs.
Only
Anyway, my question.
5 run we won.
We'll leave it at that. Yeah. So my question to you is, like, you guys have just, when did you start playing blind cricket? I think if someone could have the mic being taken there to those people also. So when did you start playing blind cricket seriously in your country?
And in the year 2008, we have started. Seriously, we have started from 2010. And after that, we are continuing. And very, very seriously, we have started in 2017 in the second World Cup, T20 World Cup.
Nice, sir. So what made you actually get into blind? 2010, you were not playing. So what made you? Because if you really look at a World Cup scenario, 1998 was the first World Cup. So it took you almost about 12 years to get into serious blind cricket in you. So what is that which really made you play cricket at that level?
Actually, if I want to answer this question, there are some officials of Bangladesh blind cricket, they are related. But now those who are involved here, all are sports organizers. And we are very much serious with the sports. I was in the non-blind cricket, and I become very serious from 2012. And in the second World Cup, we prepared very seriously and we become fifth in the World Cup. And this time we hope that we will play final, inshallah.
Okay, let me ask one of the players from Bangladesh. What does it mean? What does it mean to any one of you in terms of playing this World Cup here? Any one of you? Yeah, please. Please give your name and then speak.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Ashikur Rahman, captaining Bangladesh blind cricket team. This is the third T20 blind World Cup here in India. So it means a lot, obviously, because gathering along with the other countries and getting the opportunity to play against the blind community and the cricket fraternity, and this is sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. So it means a lot, obviously, because when we started, I started playing blind cricket back in 2017, and it is 2022. After 5 years captaining my country and representing my country, this is a huge privilege and honor to play in the World Cup. World Cup is a mega event, and we are aiming high. And as a personal and team note, we'll do our best and make our country proud.
Just a minute. Let me add to that. Let me just ask you one more thing. Now, very well said. Thank you very much in terms of really appreciating the fact that you're enjoying the World Cup in India being hosted and you're part of it. What does it differentiate in terms of your own personality or the personality of the players who are playing with you? How does this game has impacted you as a person or the players who are playing with you?
Well, we have 64 districts and 6 divisions in our country, and players across our country, we gathered and we play. We got selected through several campings, and we know each other. Before blind cricket, we didn't even know each other, and through the like of our organization, BBCC, Bangladesh Blind Cricket Council, all get together and representing our country and playing the T20 blind World Cup. So, getting together and knowing each other through blind cricket, we enjoying together, we enjoy the company, and playing the country like India, Australia, South Africa. It's a dream because without WBCL, World Blind Cricket Council, it was not possible for us to compete and know the like of you, sir, Mahentesh sir, and other dignitaries who are promoting blind cricket. It's a huge honor and privilege for us to know the blind community across the world and getting the opportunity to play the World Cup.
Thank you. Thank you, really. Hello. Hello. I'm going to pre-Don Bradman era. Don Bradman started playing after blind cricket started in Australia. Am I right? So I have a question for the Aussies. You have been at it from 1922, okay, at a very small level. I know the balls were different, the balls were huger, and then in 1996, like George said, we got into the so-called the Indian ball, which is what is being played right now, and you have obviously played in so many World Cups, okay. How has been the journey in terms of the passion, the pride, and then the dignity? Has there been any issues in terms of anyone not feeling dignified? Because I believe you guys have not won a single World Cup so far, whereas your cited team has won 5 World Cups. Anyone would like to take on that?
Thank you, Victor. There is no questioning Australia's pride, passion or dignity, but there's a fair lump of frustration that comes with that, so thank you for bringing that up. I think Australia, we're very close. Australia had a unique skill at the very beginning of international blind cricket, and that is that Australia could bowl very fast, and internationally that wasn't reflected in any of the other countries. And I think we missed our chance. I look around now, and in fact at the last World Cup that I was playing at, I was in Kochi and I was batting. I'm a fast bowler, but I was forced to bat because the Indians had routed the Aussies a bit, and I was coming in at number 10, and I was batting, and my good friend AJ Reddy was at the bowling end, bowling to me, and I'd watched him bowl, and I thought he bowls about as quickly as I bowl, I think, and I was regarded at that time as the fastest bowler in the world, and I thought he bowls, and I went to face, and I faced the first ball, and I thought, this guy, you shouldn't be allowed to bowl this fast to people. I'd been doing that for probably 15 years before then, but I finally got to face myself, and it wasn't pretty. As far as passion goes, we've always had passion, but now I guess the advantage the Aussies had, we lost that. We've now seen other countries pick up that same skill, and the frustration I mentioned is the issue. We're building a relationship with Cricket Australia. They are funding this tour. This is the first World Cup that Cricket Australia are fully funded, so our players haven't had to pay to come to this tournament, and we hope that within the next, well, I want to hope tomorrow that things change, but it'll be probably the next 3 to 5 years that we will see Australia come back up the rankings. We have some great young talent, and I think that you were at the game yesterday, you saw us play. There were lots of debutants and lots of guys with probably less than 10 games of international experience in that team. So we will be transforming our current status on the map. Trust me, we'll be there. So right now, my friend Mahentesh is sitting there. I don't feel any nervous energy coming from him now, but I hope that in the next 5 years there will be plenty coming.
George, is that an Aussie kind of a talk, talking about frustration coming from Australia? George, do you really agree with what Mosley said?
He's free to have his view, but when we think back to last year at Brisbane, when the Australian fast bowlers were bowling at people like Shubman Gill and Rishabh Pant, certainly I think there was frustration coming out, so they're prone to it.
It's all happening in the Melbourne cricket ground.
They're just being human.
So that's what, it's all happening in the Melbourne cricket ground. Do you have the Aussie team here, or they're not there? Yeah, I had an interesting, because I believe there was one player from your team who played in 1998 World Cup. So I really wanted to know the experience of the other members in your team, that how did they feel playing with someone who has been playing for the last 25 years? Because I remember I was playing in Jamia Millia, there's one of the grounds in Delhi, We didn't know this, okay? We were playing, and there was this player who came and hit us for about, within 20 balls, about 50 or 60 runs, and he got out and went out. After we went out, he got to know that that was Virendra Sehwag. Okay, so, I mean, it was a different kind of a passion for us. We all enjoyed it. He just came, hit out, and then went out. No one knew that who it was. So that's what I just wanted to ask the Aussie guys whether, how do they feel playing with someone who has been playing for 25 years? I mean, it's an amazing experience. Is anyone there who would like to talk about this?
I have to apologise. They have now all gone. But it's interesting. Your question would have been great in that I would think that the 25-year experience is older. It's more experienced than the age of, I would say, 90% of the players. They weren't born. That's how young our team is. Michael Zanis is the person you were going to ask that question to, a very dear friend of mine.
Is that a possible to South African player?
You were, I think, in 1998, Mahantesh would have been around 22, if I'm not wrong.
28.
28, okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, I take this question to South Africa because I believe in South Africa also there is one player who has been playing since 1998. So, anyone from South Africa who would like to give an experience of how is it playing with someone who has played for so long? Of course, the first World Cup was won by the South African team, Rory Field and Scott Field, the famous guys. Yes, Shada.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Johan. I've been very blessed. I've been one of the players that joined my best friends Rory and Scott. I was part of the first Blind Cricket World Cup in 1998. And it was a journey from there to now. And I always say, when I'm going to stop playing blind cricket, then I'm going to get old. So all my young friends, we've got a new young upcoming team. They are keeping me and some of the other experienced players, they are keeping us young. But yeah, like I said, it's been a long journey, and what I've learned from there to now is just the opportunity blind cricket can give us as visually impaired people. The opportunities to see, I've been part of training past few years, and see kids from schools for visually impaired, to teach them how to play blind cricket, and when they get selected to represent their country, you know you have done something good. So for blind people that have played so long, not to get lost, they must stay in the system so they can give something back, that experience, and just the knowledge what they have of blind cricket. So that part of building up and helping others, you have somebody that's just sitting at home, doesn't have a job, but when you put them out on the field and you see it's a totally life changer, it's a new person, they can run around, they can just experience what life is out there. But blind cricket is really something that will be hopefully forever there, and it can just grow from here.
Thanks a lot, thanks a lot. Thank you very much. I just want to have a quick word with the star player of yesterday, Isaac, the opening batsman from South Africa. Isaac, is Isaac there? Isaac, yeah. Isaac, can I just have your views about playing with someone who's probably almost a fatherly figure for you? How do you find that?
Yeah, I mean, playing with Joe Schroeder, I think it's one of the things that we are so blessed. We are so blessed actually, because he's one of the guys who's sharing the information a lot with the young players. He's been there, I mean, since actually we started. I think in South Africa, blind cricket started in 1997, and then 1998, we actually played like World Cup. They won the World Cup. They actually brought the World Cup home at that time. 2002, we lost. I mean, they lost actually, them. I mean, in the finals. So since that time, we just lost a bit, but then we just tried to catch it up a bit because we are a bit behind now. But we're learning a lot from the experience that Joe and other guys did for us before. But we need to just to catch up as quickly as we can.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I can't leave this stage without asking anything to the Indian team. Though I must admit, I don't know a name of, except Captain Ajay Reddy, I don't know the name of any of the other players because everyone is new from the time when I was involved. So let me ask you guys, how do you find this World Cup? Anyone? Indian team, anyone? How do you find this, this particular World Cup? What's been the experience?
World Cup. World Cup is everything for us. And
No, that's a very simple statement.
yeah.
Okay?
No, I'll come to the point.
You have to cover passion, dignity, everything.
Yeah, if you talk about passion, dignity, and pride, and I think we all feel, rather than our country feels that the way we have lifted World Cup every time by defeating Pakistan, that gives you a more proud feeling and an amazing that experience which you can't share. So I feel this dignity and pride, all we have dedicated fourth time, and definitely this time also. This time we are going to hat-trick and we'll lift again this World Cup. Yeah.
So now I have a clarification here. The pride here, the pride, what you talked about, is only because you beat Pakistan or you beat other teams also and won the World Cup?
No, actually, what we feel, no, if you play matches during World Cup and the momentum in your country, you lose World Cup, we don't mind, but you don't lose matches against Pakistan, and you win the World Cup against Pakistan. That is we can't explain, and we don't have word for that.
Anyway, I will not get into that discussion, but very well said.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, guys, I think we have to close it out here, but I just want to kind of conclude saying that it's. I was going to call him. You probably preempted me. So, to me, as I said, like this kind of a session, I believe, needs nothing less than 1.5 hours because there's so much to discuss. Okay, you can't have a session like this within 10-15 minutes. Okay, fine. Anyway, we have our own constraints, so we have to close this session out here. But my request to you is, please, the kind of passion which the earlier panelists have shown in terms of what they are doing. Okay, one of the things which the earlier discussion talked about is the game is not reaching out to the people. Okay, the game is not making an impact on sensitization, and there is a need that media has to get involved. And today we talk about social media. I think the passion here could also be that while you play your cricket, also look at an opportunity for you to be very passionate, like Siddharth Sharma is an example. He has a PR agency running. So you people can actually do a lot of things in terms of taking that passion to not necessarily on the ground, away from the ground, and then taking the game to the level what they have been talking about. So I would just like to call Chandru and give his quick experience on his passion, because he played the first World Cup in 1998 for India. Okay, he's no more playing now, but he played then. He's a totally blind person and very articulate. I really found him articulate at that time, also even today. So Chandru, all of you.
Thank you, sir. I'm very happy to be here. And as sir said, I was the player of Indian team. And the same Delhi we played India, and we were the favorite team to win the first World Cup. And Rory and Scott made us to be lost in the semi. And the second team was Australia, and Pakistan beated Australia, and we both were defeated in the semi. Both were favorite teams. We thought we are going to meet in the finals. And later, the third and fourth ranked team has played, and fourth ranked team won the World Cup. That was the first, and second we have not performed well. And I'm very happy and privileged to be here. And legend like George sir, Ranganathan sir, Mante sir, who from the day one, what I saw them, the energy is increasing. The age is increasing, but same way the energy is increasing. And I'm proud I'm here in this cricketing platform from almost 30 years. And whatever way possible, I'm contributing. I was a player, then I got an opportunity to lead the team. And when I was leading the team, I got the tricks how we should encourage our players. And one of the happiness moment, the player which he was playing under my captaincy, he received the Padma Shri Award, Shekhar Nayak. And after my playing cricketing life, I got the opportunity to be in the board, cricket board, and presently I should thank Mahante sir to provided the job for me in Samarthanam, and he told me you have to contribute back to the cricket, and small way I am doing, and presently I am the treasurer of this Cabby.
Thank you, Chandru. Thank you very much. We are running out of time. Thank you very much. And I'll just end saying that play your game with a lot of passion and a lot of pride, and be dignified in whatever you're doing. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Requesting you to stay back. And we have joining us on stage Dr. Mahantesh GK, who will present you with a memento and a token of our heartfelt gratitude for your contribution to this event and making it more lively with the interaction. That is what matters the most. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I also request Dr. Mantesh GK to hand over the memento to Ms. Madhu Mailan Kodi, who is our anchor today. And thank you so much for coming to Delhi and helping us out. Thank you.
Well, it's always like being at home when I'm around the Samathanam Trust for the Disabled and everybody alike. Nice to see the players of all the countries who are representing themselves at the T20 World Cup for the Blind 2022. We come to the end of the program here today at this venue. To each one of you who's made this event successful with your presence, with your contributions in terms of feedback, or being a part of the panel on stage, being just an audience who are probably going to take this input and use it in some way or the other to contribute to the development and growth of blind cricket, especially our title sponsors, IndusInd Bank, and everybody representing it. Thank you so very much. Friends from the media as well. We talk about various medium, but yes, unless we make an effort to, I don't think any form of sport is going to reach to the people the way it's supposed to be. So let's keep our own Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat accounts or whatever is it that we use active and promote our very own sport and brand of cricket. So let's promote blind cricket the way we promote everything else as well. This is what I'd like to tell commoners like me. Thank you again. Let's all proceed for lunch. Lunch has been arranged at the same area where high tea was arranged. So we'll proceed for lunch, but things in this auditorium are done with for now. All the best to the rest of the teams, all the teams who are going to take part in the matches. The next match that will happen at Indore. Good luck. And may the best team win again. Thanking everybody for the presence. Special thanks to the media, to this venue, the auditorium, the sound and the light guys and everybody alike. Samathanam Trust for the Disabled, Cabby, and at the same time WBC, to everybody. Thank you so much. Let's look forward to having a great day ahead, and as the year ends, a better 2023 as well. Thank you.